Hey guys, Brix back with another LEGO Transformer review, and today we will be taking a look at my G1 Cyclonus. Let's check it out. Okay, so here we have Cyclonus. I got a turntable. You might have seen it on my TikTok here and there, but felt like, let's bring it into the videos. And if you guys like what's going on here, let me know in the comments below. If you want me to burn the turntable, then mark that down in the comments also. But this guy, Cyclonus, was long overdue for an upgrade. I designed my original one off of like the Combiner Wars style, and it didn't even really do that version justice. So this one took me a while to figure out the length of the nose cone and how to fold it up into the chest, and it's heavily inspired by the Kingdom Cyclonus. I think that's either Kingdom or Earthrise, one of them. But yeah, so let's get into that. Oh, that's a loud beep. Jeez. Very good silhouette. Let me probably pick up the camera a bit. Let me just sit that down so didn't realize how this would need to be adjusted, but there you go. So very good profile right there. You can see we got the little boosters and everything back there. The underside, you don't really get too much robot kibble except for you could kind of see the head, but besides that, you guys kind of know how it works if you've seen the Kingdom version. And just for comparisons, I do have my new V4 Starscream hanging out here as well. So they look really good together. And let me see if I could get a kind of like a silhouette picture here, like a side by side. Let's see. Almost. Just pick that up. There you go. That looks good. Yeah, so they're roughly about the same size. Wow. Kind of surprised myself with that because I never did this until just now. So there you have that. I guess we will get into transformation. So for that, I'm gonna probably have to pick this up a little bit. Just there you go. Just adjust that. All right. So to start things off, make sure everything is nice and tight. We will start by getting the nose cone into the chest area. Just double check. Yep, that is the first thing that we do. All right, so what we're gonna do is get this head back here. It does use the same head from my first version of Cyclonus. So you kind of want to get your finger right in there to push these two tabs up, and I will show you what that looks like. Just kind of lift those up right there. So this way you could kind of bend this part forward like that, and then we're going to just take that and then rotate it on this one by one with the stick, the same piece I use for most of my wrist, and do that on both sides. Just lift that up and twist it, so that way it gives us clearance to get the head through, and then from there you could kind of just straighten out the head like that. And then we're going to fold this part of the nose cone, the front part, in like so, and then be able to just flip all of this down like this. Now yeah, it should be fine to do that. So we will kind of bend it a little bit, like bend the legs down, and then bend, like take this part right here and bend that down as well, so we could get that little bit of clearance right there to be able to sit that nice and flush. There should be a gap right there where that kind of sits into. And then you can kind of straighten everything else out. And then you could just take these, fold them back, make sure they're nice and flush. And it's really important to get this part flush there, because on this part right there, I don't know if you can see it with the light, but there's a rounded like a 2x3 purple, I think it's like a train connector plate type of thing, and that's where it's going to rotate. So just got to make sure that we give that clearance. And then what we do next, just like with the Kingdom version, we lift these up, these sides right there. Sorry if my hands are shaking. I don't do this as often as I used to, so it's kind of hard to like transform this thing like 2 feet away from your face. From there, you should be able to dip the legs down again and hold down right here at the front of the windshield. As you see, that wanted to let loose right there because there's nothing supporting it but like a 1x2 jumper plate. And it fell off a little bit, so let me just get that back on. Right there. So these are folded up. And then just kind of keep your thumb right there. And then rotate that to where everything, all the sides are nice and flush. Like so. And from there we could bring these shoulders in. They won't sit flush only because of these 2 studs right there. And trust me, I've worked on this for a few weeks and I could not figure out a way how to get that engineering in there with that nose cone and find a way to get this flush. It would have I've thrown everything off. So right now, Cyclonus should look like this. His arms in the air. And then you want to rotate the thighs outwards so where you're not seeing these anti-studs right there. And then you could grab the stud and then rotate the front of the leg back facing forward, like so. Do the same on the other side. You got that, and then rotate again. So we're almost done with the legs. We're just gonna go to these thruster pieces down here. And I would say kind of keep your finger here, like to hold all of this down. And then just fold that out. And then you could take the foot, rotate that around. And it doesn't have to be flush because you're going to get him to like, kind of, stand anyway. So, but do make sure that it's pushed up far enough to where you could take this and close it in. And you kind of want this to be, not super flush, kind of bent in this way. So that way it's like almost like a fake ankle rocker a little bit. So we do the same on the other side. And as you can see how the stick is sticking out right there, just poke it through a little bit. And close that. And then we could get Cyclonus nice and flush. Oh man, I should have taken out Galvatron and Scourge to do like a photo with these guys. So maybe I'll show it at the end. Oh, or I could pause it too. All right, so for the arms, we have these 1x1 Technic bricks. And the reason I do that is because before I would kind of, I'm actually remove this to kind of show you exactly what I'm talking about. It'll be a lot easier. You stand. All right, so for this piece right here, this rounded 1x1 with the stick, you could kind of see how, let me see if I could do it from this angle right here. You see how there's like this little lip right there on the bottom, right there. If you use a headlight brick in that piece, which I typically do, it won't let the sit flush up against it. So for a lot of my models, I actually shave that down with like just a little blade and like a nail file or something, just to get that to where it could sit flush. But since they came out with these 1x1 Technic bricks, that little lip could sit right in any of those 4 grooves. So once it's once it's in airplane mode or spaceship mode, it'll sit completely flush like, well, it'll sit completely flush like that. Or once you decide to, you wiggle it out, you could turn it a little bit. It's not that much clutch power, but at any 4 point, you could get it to sit completely flush. Because it kind of locks it in a little bit. So that's why I decided to use that for this model, just so that I could lock in the arms in spaceship mode. But as he is now in robot mode, kind of want to just like leave it out a little bit so you could kind of like flail his arms out, like, so he looks more natural. And the next thing you're going to do is take the bottom of the wing, fold that up. Am I getting enough light here? I think so. But as he's there, I could start bringing this back down so you can see all of him now. So for the bottom of the wing, you want to fold that up. And I'm using the new 1x3 with the bars on the end. Now keep in mind, when I design these things, I'm still in LDD right now because I don't know how to make instructions in Studio yet. So the PDF will not have this piece, but in the instructions, actually get some light on this so you can see that piece better. That's what it looks like. So in the instructions, if you decide to get them, I'll make sure I put the part number so you can find this piece on Bricklink. Unfortunately, it doesn't come in purple. I think it comes in black, but they're more available in gray, which is probably like the cheaper color. So that's why I decided to go with gray. It's in the whole sea of purple, so it's not that big of a deal. But the PDF will not have that. I will probably leave it out completely, or I'll have the variation where it uses the one that's like just one stud and it's rounded. If you sit one on top of the other, it kind of gives you the same effect, or it serves the same purpose. If you have that, use it. But if you don't have the pieces, then get these because it helps sit a little more flush. But I'll make sure I put the part number on the website as well. So once you get there, you're just going to fold this out, and then it allows you to fold the wing behind the arm like that. Surprisingly, that was one of the easier parts of this design. The hardest part was the nose cone and the legs. For some reason, I really wanted the legs to be just like Kingdom, but I couldn't get that done yet. So once again, fold up the bottom of the wing, and then you can fold it out and fold it all the way back. Take the arm, rotate it, flip the fist out. Trying to do that without allowing the arm to come off. And there you go. Awesome. Let me get this guy nice and centered for you. And there we have G1 Cyclonus, looking super dupe. So let's get him in here with a size comparison. I know I use Starscream, but I happen to have Thundercracker in robot mode. I didn't want to like transform Starscream, but you can see, how he's going to pretty much look in robot mode. I revamped my Seekers to have like longer, sleeker legs like they do in the cartoon, while keeping the top design based off of my V3 Seekers. But this is the first time that I've upgraded Thundercracker since my V1, like years and years ago, so you get a little sneak peek at that. But yeah, in airplane mode they're roughly about the same length, but in robot mode My Seekers are a bit taller than, than Cyclonus, mostly because of the added feet length. And these kind of like fold, like the crotch area of the Seekers kind of fold up into the chest, which is why they're about the same length in airplane mode. All right, so leave them there, and let's use this wonderful turntable again. Play, there you go. So, if not already, Cyclonus will be uploaded to Brix Media Studios, where you can get the instructions. I'll be doing quite a few videos today, likely. I'm trying to get maybe 10 to 12 done, and at least get them uploaded and scheduled. I'm still trying to stick to a video per week, but I also have like 80 videos to do, so trying to knock them out. But yeah, I'm pretty proud of this design. It's gotten a lot of likes on Instagram, and let me know how you feel down in the comments below. All right, so this is BX Brix. I want to thank you guys again for liking, subscribing, and sharing the videos. I do see that, and it does help the channel out a lot. And that's pretty much it. I will see you guys next time. Peace.